and Bay is my last name. You can't imagine the amount of grief I get at checking into a hotel. Is that really your last name? Who knew that Bay would be such a buzzword? So it's interesting because a couple things I want to start out with. Simon talked about an instance of social media. And there's a couple things that are happening in our world right now that's becoming a tectonic shift in the way we think, do, and operate our business. Social media is a class action lawsuit of one person. So for the first time in the history of mankind, one person sitting in Idaho, pissed off about something, can put a viral video together, and Fortune 10 companies are reacting to it. It's happened in the financials, airline industries, it's happened in the government, it's happened in a takeover or a regime change of a nation. It's a tectonic shift that we've never seen before. The other one is SD-WAN. So if you go upstairs to the 10th floor, there's SD-WAN everything, right? I'm surprised I didn't see SD-WAN MP3 player, SD-WAN sushi, right? Everything's SD-WAN. And someone asked me, when I talk to customers, they say, what the hell is it? Is it GRE tunnel? Be done with that? And I answer it this way. So the first time in our technology, as infrastructure people, as networking folks that most of you guys are, it's the first time that application can impose its will on the network and not the other way around. Application can say, I don't want to go that way because that's not good for me. I'm going to go this way, right? And that's it. If you think about it, the next question that I get after having explained that is, am I going to have a job next year? If it's all compute, but someone still has to create that compute. Someone still has to create that logic. And my answer to the customers and folks who ask me that question is, for the first time, you can become not a cost center, not a necessary evil, not a sunk cost in terms of providing an infrastructure. You can actually become that P&L. What you guys do with SD-WAN can have direct impact to the business's bottom line. This is something that I wanted as a network architect at a large Fortune 10 company, right? But the ammunition, it wasn't available. And SD-WAN is bringing that revolution. And when I say that application imposes its will on the network, Michel Boulay, architect for FMlogistic, he did that. And we're going to hear from how he executed his SD-WAN architecture. Thank you.
Okay. Hello everybody. I think here the challenge for you will not be to understand the technical part, but to understand my French accent, and I'm sorry for this. Okay, so FMlogistic, we are a logistic company, as the name suggests. We are specialized in many different skill work, between co-packing, warehousing, transportation, distribution. We have a lot of innovation, but I'll go for. We are near 20,000 employees today in 14 countries, over 1 billion turnover, and we want to reach 2 billion in the next 6 years, so very fast growing strategy. We have a lot of worldwide clients like Sanofi Advantis, Henkel, Bosch, and a lot of other ones. I think some of them are known on the side of the ocean. And they are very exigent, and they have very different needs. Pharmaceutical have not the same needs as explosive products or fresh food, etc. Oops. So we build our own platform, our own warehouses. We have engineering, building, and we do the same for the ITs. We have zero outsourcing today. We develop everything. Our warehouse management system, our supply chain management system, our intranets, and we have near 500 applications built in internally. I focus on the network part because today we are an infrastructure team of 20 people with strong experts on the systems on the network, and I have the hand on all components. So I began a project that I called Smart Hybrid Networks in FMlogistic. The main goal was to improve flexibility and reliability of my networks. And if possible, cost optimization, art security, efficiency and productivity. So, a lot of needs. Yesterday, my network is made of 100 still-aid appliances for one optimization, mobile client, we have central management controller for this. Our core network is based on Verizon MPLS networks for years, and we have more and more sites with VPNs connection, but not used in production. All the VPNs are connecting to our two main data centers and to the country HQ. We have any-to-any networks with servers on each side, so very decentralized. And we centralize all the internet access through our proxy in our data centers. So we have specific topology in our data center to be sure to keep an any-to-any network even if a site switch on backup. So we hairpin traffic through our data center, and we hairpin through here it's through the data center and through the steelhead 2 times. So it was a pretty tricky configuration, but the product is flexible enough to adapt to our topology. So before, as I said, we had network VPN used only for backup, and we switched from main line to VPN line in 90 seconds. So in any case, we have disconnection, we have outage of a user. And for us, on a site where we have 500 users, if they are disconnected, each of them lost 15 minutes. So a lot of production impact, even on short disconnections. Then we improved a little with a static load balancing. In fact, all the traffic with static route to our data centers, our main data center, was routed through our VPN. Because at this time we had only internet access, mail access, and backup centralized in this data center. But after time we had a Citrix application and so on. So, okay, all the traffic go through MPLS except traffic to our data center. And the VPN is used to back up MPLS as before with 90-second outage. But MPLS is not used to back up VPN. It's not automatic. As we use static route, we have to switch manually. Not good. Then I tried a riverbed path selection. As we had already steelheads on all sides, there was not topology change, and I was able to test this. So the MPLS is used for time-critical traffic, and VPN is used for urgent traffic, replication, mail transfer, internet access, etc. So here, the important point is that we route applications and not a packet anymore. So it's a big change for us on a network point of view. So here, the VPN backups the MPLS with no outage. It's totally transparent for the users. They notice nothing, no disconnection. The MPLS backups the VPN. It's automatic, it's instantly, and we can choose the traffic that we want to backup on MPLS. It's not possible to backup a 50 megabit links on internet on a 2 megabit link MPLS. Even with the best quality of service, you'll have impact on the production. And here we have no more risk of asymmetry. So the strong point is that Riverbed use a DPI engine to classify application, and more than 1,000 of them are already implemented in the product. So it's very easy to manage complex policy in few clicks. Oops. We can create our own application for our own business very easily. We create it directly in the correct application group. And all the policy of pass selection and of quality of service is based on this group now. So I have no more 200 or 400 quality of service rule. I have maybe just 8 or 10 of them, because we work with containers, with groups. And here, directly on the pass selection, I can choose if I want to change the DSCP tag according to the pass I use. And it's a good thing because the provider have nothing to do on their router anymore. We use quality of service transparency option, so we tag the traffic and the provider just have to work with the instruction we send them. We have the visibility in real time on the steelhead on each pass, if it's up, down, or on backup. Here we see the VPN goes down and the traffic switch back to MPLS as backup. We have the hour of the switch, the volume transfer, and everything, lot of visibility. Here, when I activated this pass selection option on a site that was already in static hybrid mode, we divide nearly by 2 the traffic on MPLS. And more the sites we deploy with this option, more we notice this, because we have any-to-any traffic and not only to our data center. So, about the costs, I think most of you are aware that the cost of an MPLS link of 1 megabit is nearly the same price of 100 megabit on internet in countries as Russia, China, or Ukraine. So for this country, it's a crazy economy. So we switch the major part from our production expensive MPLS of applications that don't need high reliability or transit time guarantee, etc., to our VPNs that are very cheaper. So the benefit for the business, when we switch to the backup, we have no more disconnection. It's transparent for the users, for the business. We use in production the whole bandwidth of our network, not only a part of it. We split the traffic according to our policy to MPLS and VPN at the same time. As it's all automatic, we have no more static things in the configuration. We have very high flexibility for each application or each specific server. We can put a specific policy. We have automatic backup, we have a strong quality of service, and we have something standard for each site now. And when, in some case, the VPN goes down, the people, of course, need to access their emails or whatever. So we can choose and define the traffic we want to move to the MPLS as a backup. Of course, it would be stupid to back up on a small MPLS link, a huge video traffic, for example, because not enough bandwidth, it will not be usable for the user, and it will be highly impact my production. So the feedback of the user was very, very good. We had 5 years ago a very good optimization with Riverbed, but now we have another feedback again, and the stronger thing for us is users stop to complain about network slowness. And it was true in all countries. We have strong support from the ITs of the country to deploy this everywhere. In fact, the proof of concept I deployed in production was planned on 4 sites. Our 2 data centers, a site in Russia and a site in Poland. As a problem, at the end of the proof of concept, we had 20 sites in production. So it's a really good opportunity to make profitable our backup, add flexibility and reliability on the application level. We increase the application performance and we have very, very strong user feedbacks, whatever the country, whatever the application. We offload the traffic from the MPLS to the VPN, so we avoid MPLS upgrades. Of course, we never downgrade a network. It doesn't make sense. Riverbed become once again a real core part of our network strategy. So, okay, I archived a real success there on operational point of view. Real flexibility, reactivity, reliability, productivity improved, of course. We enforced security, and as a bonus, I would say, we decreased our OPEX by minimum 20% on the next 6 years. But I think with our fast growing, it will be between 30 and 40%. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Michel. Thank you. So let me ask you guys a question. So there's two audience members here, right? Folks that are out there rolling out the infrastructure, like Michel. And by the way, did everybody catch that? He did it in production, right? So it's that easy. Okay, so the other one is, the only exception that I would take to that presentation was his users experienced application slowness, not network slowness. We all know that. But how do you prove that? It's hard enough to troubleshoot when you own everything. It's hard enough to troubleshoot when you have a routing table. And think about this, that tectonic shift that I talked about. Our job as infrastructure people is to keep things static as possible. That's why we have change control freeze during Thanksgiving and Christmas. That's why we don't make changes in production in the middle of the day unless you want to update your resume. Okay? But think about this. If you're Macy's, if you're a point of sale, if you're retail, if you're a supply chain company, and your peak season is at Black Friday, and your point of sale application is slowing down because people are surfing the internet, people are using a lot of people at the store, what do? You have to go ask the Congress, the UN, and the Supreme Court for change control in the middle of the day, right? Change control exception. Because you're going to make a change, and you have to justify it up the chain of command, because why? People make mistakes. We all know, it's no secret, that most people cause outages, right? Changes cause outages, that's why you have change control freeze. In the world of SD-WAN, if you do it right, your most important application says, kick these people off. I'm going to punch my way through because I'm the most important guy. In the world of SD-WAN, in our world of SD-WAN, your most critical application gets the right of way all the time. And it happens automatically with no manual intervention. That's what SD-WAN is supposed to bring to the table. And that's why you can become a P&L as opposed to a cost center. And then I want you guys to go back to your boss and say, would you be okay if I reduce cost, improve visibility, improve stability, and brought agility to our organization? And dare him to say no. But if you do it right, and what's the right ingredient for an SD-WAN? Visibility. You have to have control, and I'm talking about API or programmatic access, because otherwise human latency will kill it, right? And then the third piece is the optimization part. And Michel talked about 5 years ago when optimization gave him glowing reviews because applications ran better. In today's world, where your application may live in the cloud, SaaS, or your own data center, latency is right back in vogue, okay? So if you can troubleshoot your application, if you can accelerate to the cloud, and you can gather telemetry from the cloud or on-prem, and you can choose the right transport, and transport truly doesn't matter anymore. That's business agility. That's how you become P&L, and that's how Riverbed is tackling SD-WAN. And if you want to see it, come up to the fourth floor and check it out. We have some live Office 365, path selection, secure transport that Michel talked about, and you'll be able to experience it firsthand. Okay? And with that, any questions from the audience? Any technical, philosophical, social media, anything you like? The Mets, any Met fans here? Yeah, I know. I'm a Yankee fan, but I like the Mets. I'm a transplant, so I don't have this exclusive or approach. But so in '85, I believe the Royals won. '86, the Mets won. So next year will be Yankees year. I'm afraid. So you guys might have to wait another year. But so any questions before we adjourn for the day, or not for the day? I'm sorry, for our session. Nope. Okay. Thank you very much, folks.